Hello, my name is Christopher Jordan. I'm a partner at CMS Germany and I'm co-heading the global employment practice at CMS.
I'm Julia Tensler-Motzek. I'm a lawyer with CMS Germany and a member of our expat desk. I support German clients with their worldwide secondments, business trips and relocations, and international clients with respect to their inbound secondments to Germany or the employment of local German staff.
With our full service approach, we support clients in all relevant fields of law, from immigration to employment, work safety, social insurance, and tax law. Today, Julia and I would like to give you an impression of what needs to be considered when seconding expats to Germany. For this purpose, the two of us will have an interview. So, as to start our interview, Julia, does immigration law need to be considered when working in Germany?
For EU citizens, that is not an issue. Thanks to the freedom of movement, mobility within the EU is unproblematic, at least from an immigration law point of view.
Okay, so what about non-EU citizens?
For third country nationals, it becomes a bit more difficult. No matter if Indian, Chinese, American, Australian, or as of lately, unfortunately, also UK citizens, they all need residence titles, which include the right to work. In practice, the ICT card and the EU Blue Card are very relevant residence titles which allow working in Germany.
So is such residence title really necessary for every trip of a foreign employee to Germany?
Good point. From an immigration law perspective, there's actually a difference between business and work, even if for an employee, of course, both is the same. If he goes on a business trip, it's work under his or her employment contract. When foreigners come to Germany for meetings, seminars, job interviews, negotiations, etc., or for concluding contracts, for visiting fairs, the purpose of the visit is considered business. And in this case, only a Schengen visa or even no visa at all is needed. But just keep in mind, actual working in Germany, especially on site of a German subsidiary, always requires a residence title allowing for the work.
So if the stay is only temporary and the contract is under foreign law, no German laws must be observed at all, is that correct?
No, in this case, at least a certain minimum standard must still be observed.
Okay, and what is that minimum standard?
That is different regulations. For one, this includes a minimum salary. For 2021, the basic minimum salary in Germany is €9.50 gross per hour. Further, employees need to be given at least the minimum annual paid leave. This is 20 working days per year for employees with the usual 5-day week. And further, maximum working times and minimum breaks always need to be observed, no matter what the contract says. This means that over a period of 6 months, an average daily working time of 8 hours must not be exceeded. The maximum daily working time is then 10 hours. Further, a rest period of 11 consecutive hours must always be kept. A special rules applies to Sunday. Sunday work is permitted under certain exceptional circumstances only and often requires approval by the competent authorities. All these working time rules must be documented. Of course, this is difficult for employers who are abroad or if for employers who have their employees in the home office. In this case, the employer has the possibility to ask the employee to document the working time. And this way, the employer is still able to prove compliance in case of an inspection.
Okay, so that's the employment law perspective. How about social insurance in Germany? Could you briefly explain which branches of the German social insurance have to be observed and which contributions must be made?
Sure. In Germany, social insurance includes 5 branches. This is pension insurance, unemployment insurance, health insurance, long-term care insurance, and accident insurance. Usually, the employers remit the employer and employee parts for all of these insurances to the health insurance carrier. Upon registration, this is also possible for foreign companies. And generally, the social insurance must be paid at the place of employment. This means if the foreign employee works in Germany, they must pay social insurance in Germany. However, there are exceptions. Within the EU, the relevant regulations very often keep the home social insurance law applicable. For this purpose, the famous A1 certificate is issued. Beside the EU, Switzerland, Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway, and also the UK are included in this A1 certificate system. For other countries, this is only possible if provided in the respective social insurance agreement.
Okay, understood. Thank you. So I guess we briefly touched on many legal aspects of cross-border employment. So finally, what about tax law? Do we have to consider tax law also when sending employees to Germany?
We definitely also have to consider tax law in most scenarios. For this purpose, we worked closely together with our colleagues from the tax department. Sometimes other departments, such as corporate, are also needed. What we do is manage our client's expat project, no matter if inbound or outbound, and then liaise with lawyers from the involved practice areas and from the other countries and jurisdictions.
Thank you, Julia. Great overview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.